If you could collab with anybody, who would it be and why?
Think right now I would say
You might be familiar with the artist Drod, who has 280,000 listeners on Spotify and has songs like Chai Tea,
This life gets better with caffeine. Pour it right.
Sunday Morning Views,
Sunday morning views quickly turns to afternoon.
Eyes Wide Open Air.
With my eyes wide open. Yeah.
Well, today we're gonna be interviewing him. So without further ado, let's get right into the interview.
yo yo.
Yo, what's up, man?
Don't know if you can hear me or not. Can
Yeah, I can
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
Hey, what's up, Chris? How are you?
you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, bro. Chilling. I'm sorry I forgot earlier today, but I'm glad we were able to make time today, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you for making the time for this. This is
Of course,
awesome,
bro.
dude. Wow, this is unreal. This feels crazy. How you doing today?
Yeah, dude, let's do it, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm great, bro. It's been a chill day, doing the basic adulting stuff, making appointments like dentist and about to finish a song up tonight. So yeah, pretty simple day though. Pretty simple weekend. Been pretty fun.
It's nice. Would you be comfortable with turning your camera on or
I'm kind of like looking kind of bummy right now.
whatever,
Not gonna lie.
whatever works for you, bro?
Yeah, is that cool?
Yeah,
Just
that's fine.
because
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
gotta, I just haven't like put myself together today.
Nah,
That's cool,
you're
but
good.
I
You're good.
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, of course. Whatever you're comfortable with. So, I have some questions here. Feel free to answer anything that you feel comfortable with. Whatever you don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable with, you just say skip, and then I'll skip the question. So,
Okay. Sounds great, bro.
all right. So, what type of music were you wanting to make? Like when you had the thought process of like I want to make music, what kind of like music were you just like wanting to make?
Yeah, great question. I originally started really just like discovering music a long time ago back when I was like in middle school. And really just that time was just really just like rap and hip hop. But it kind of evolved from there to more of like a finding my voice, finding my sound, finding a lot of different like styles that I feel comfortable with, which kind of led more into like the indie pop kind of lane that I'm in right now, just pop kind of stuff.
Yeah.
With, I guess some hip hop is definitely still influenced in there, which is like really cool. But I think it's definitely evolved over the years that I've done music. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
Sir.
what was your thought process like before making music? Like what was going through your head?
I really didn't have any other like because I've been doing like music, pursuing like this as a career since like junior senior year of high school. So I really didn't have any other plans other than this. Since I was a kid, I didn't really have any other like career goals or career like endeavors that I wanted to do. It's just really just always been music.
So, who or what inspired you to make music in the first place?
I think just the what's the word? Like the feeling that I got whenever I would like listen to a song or like whenever I listened to like a rapper or a singer that I really looked up to. I just remember like that was the feeling that I wanted to experience myself, which is why I started to release music in the first place, or really just make music and really just learn how to like rhyme, learning how to put song structures together, and then from there just kind of learning everything else that fell around that. But yeah, it was like I think it was a slow progression like slash evolution of feeling, like the euphoric vibes that I got whenever I listened to a song. And then from there, making my first few songs and then learning slowly but surely the ways that I can make this an actual career for myself. So yeah, great question.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I've always wanted to make music growing up, but I never had the creativity to do it, so I just stuck with doing YouTube videos.
Hey, I mean, dude, it takes a lot of creativity just to even do YouTube as well, bro. So it's like it's all in the same thing. No matter what you do, that's like content wise or creation wise, it's all like the same muscle that you're working out. The same creative muscle that you're working out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, who did you listen to growing up? Like, you got like a list, or you got like someone
I
specific?
really, I remember specifically really just whatever was like on like pop radio, like 2016, 2017. But then I kind of fell into like, I just remember like listening to a lot of like old hip hop rap stuff. But then I kind of fell into like Eminem and G-Eazy, then like Logic. That was like I guess like the maybe a little bit of Russ too. Like the people that I guess I went like deeper dived into. But then again, I was always looking around at like other artists. I love just learning about what artists like how like their image portrayed into their music or stuff like that. So I was like really just I mean, like some of my old Spotify for artists or like Spotify like Wrapped, like things would be just like, oh, yeah, I just explored so many different artists just because I was so curious, you know. So yeah, I would say like yeah, a few rappers that I really did, listen to a lot more of their music, but really it was just like a wide just funnel of just a lot of different artists just for like a lot of different inspiration that I would take out of for songs.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't have this question on the list, but you mentioned Logic and Eminem. What was like making music? I see like all of your songs are like not explicit.
Yeah.
Did you like want to reach the younger audience with that? Is that the reason why?
No, I think it's just because like cursing has never been a part of my vocabulary.
Hmm.
It's just as simple as like really there's nothing even deeper than just that. It's just like I never curse in person or I never really curse like in my real in my everyday life, so it's like I just don't say it in my music, So it's just really as simple as that. And I've never even wanted to. So it's like I don't know, do whatever I feel whatever feels right and I do it and then yeah, I guess it's I mean, I try to portray myself as authentic as possible in my songs and even in my lyrics. So it's like that's why whenever I don't really think about the lyrics now. I mean, now because I've done it for so long, it kind of like comes so naturally. But it's like I just whatever feels out of me, like I'll just write it down. I'll not think about it a lot. That's why I've been able to put out so much more music in the last like 2 years. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, that was before music. We're gonna move on to current days.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
what
Awesome.
is your favorite song of all time that you've made?
Myself, I think there's a few different like categories I would put that stuff in just because like there's certain songs that like mean a lot to me. One that sticks out to me is one I put out last year. It's called Happy Ever After.
Mm.
Just because it was kind of like a slower ukulele vibe that I personally like had a lot of faith in or I still have a lot of faith in just the lyrics and like I was able to capture a feeling from that song. But then again, I'm really grateful for just like the bigger songs that blew me up as an artist, like Sunday Morning Views, Eyes Wide Open Air, and even songs that I made this year like I think Breeze is a really good one. I think Under Pressure is a really good one. Just a lot of songs that I'm personally proud of because I was able to capture a feeling through that song and made it sound good and very just improved a lot with each song that I do. But yeah, and I think some of the songs that I'm most proud of even, that aren't even the bigger ones, but I'm very grateful for the big songs as well and I love performing those and I love just really just listening to those myself just because it's like I'm very grateful for that a certain sound got me to where I'm at. So yeah, it's just all filled with just gratitude from like my most favorite songs for myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, I've heard a lot from Boy With You that he doesn't like Toxic, and Juice WRLD even said one time that Lucid Dreams wasn't his favorite song because it got annoying at some point. So, how do you feel about Sunday Morning Views being your most popular song?
Dude, I'm like the exact opposite. Like I love that song and not just because of what it's done for me, but really just like I'm so happy that that was the song that blew me up, because it portrays everything that I am as a person. It's like I I want to radiate, positive energy into the world. I want to like, just like the happy, fun pop vibes is exactly what I wanted as an artist to be portrayed as. And I'm so happy that like, when you first go into my page, like those are the first few songs. If it was like something that's like rap or like more hardcore, it's like that's not really who I am as a person anymore. Like I enjoy making like a Sunday Morning Views or an Eyes Wide Open Air kind of song more than I do like any like rap song. Just because I don't know, it's just kind of how I've evolved and I've learn to be less more carefree with my music and like not think about it too hard where every lyric has to be dissected, but it's like no, it's like people come to me to listen to my music because of like, the way that makes me feel, the way that I make them feel, the way that they can just forget about life for a minute and just feel free by listening to my music. So it's like that's exactly how I feel when I'm making the song. So it's like bro, it's like whatever emotions like my listeners and like we just got Spotify Wrapped this past week, last week. So I got a lot of DMs just saying exactly how I feel whenever I make the song. So it's like, dude, I'm so happy that that's what found my success was just me not even thinking about it that deeply, but it's like if I can make songs that make people feel free and people forget about like the hard parts of life for a little bit, then I've done my job. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It felt like it happened so recently. I was listening to the AI DJ that Spotify has, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it played that song, Chai Tea, and I immediately fell in
Oh
love
yeah.
with it. It was awesome. I loved it, and I just
Yeah,
started
bro.
listening
I
to more
appreciate
music,
that.
and I listened to the playlist that you have, the all Drod playlist. I
Yeah,
listened to
yeah, yeah. I appreciate
yeah, to everything. So, like personally, I really do like the music.
that means a lot, bro. That means a lot. And it's hard for me as an artist to like uh stay in track with every song that I put out just because I have so many. So people like DM me and they're like, "Hey, I love this song that you made like 2 years ago," and I forgot about that song. I'll tell that to myself sometimes. So I gotta remember that there's so many different songs that people find me out of, which is like such a blessing. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. If you could collab with anybody, who would it be and why?
Think right now I would say artists that I've personally looked up to, not even like music wise, but more like business growth wise. So some of those artists would be like I think Russ is a really good one. I think Nick D is another really big one that I just like really respect.
Hmm.
And I think I would say just those two artists for right now. Just just strictly because of what they've done for my career, how much wisdom that they've taught me. And yeah, that would be my answer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Obviously, I would want to do like Boy With You too because I have do so many comments of Boy With You, Boy With You. I would be so honored to collab with Boy With You. Obviously, it's just I got to keep growing as an artist myself, to get to that same level. So yeah.
Yeah, that was another question. What are your thoughts on being called Boy with you?
I mean, I like I said, that's been one of my like biggest marketing strategies on TikTok is just knowing that I feel like my music portrays the same kind of energy that all the fans of Boy With You have. So and I got to see him in concert earlier this year, and just seeing that a lot of fans that like his music, like my music as well. So it's perfect just because that's exactly how I want to make my fans feel. And a lot of the fans are in my Discord and they talk about me and Boy With You, could really just any other artist in our genre. Um, yeah, dude. So it's great.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, going back to collabs, who has been your favorite collab? I've seen Jimmy Clifton and Sammy Rash and Felix, but I've seen a lot of songs with Sammy Rash. But like, who has been your favorite collab?
Yeah, no, dude. If you haven't noticed, I haven't besides Sammy and Jimmy, I haven't collabed with artists in like I think over 2.5 years before I collabed with Sammy, which was like I think back in January of this year. So it really just showed me as a testimony, or really just any other like artist out there, any other creator. Like I blew up not even doing collaborations much. I would love to do more, and I have amazing music friends like Jimmy Clifton and Sammy and a few other artists that I'd love to work with still. But it hasn't been my main priority because I know that I think it's just been a process of myself just finding out how what my sound is like myself and keep on improving on myself. So whenever natural collabs come into play, like the stuff I did with Sammy Rash or Jimmy, like they're just friends. Like I've just gotten to know them through music, and it just happens naturally.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a great like goal to set for next year, just to continue to collaborate with other artists that I've just grown with over the years. So I don't know if that's exactly your question that you're asking, but really
Yeah.
just I think both of those guys, I really haven't had many collabs. So it's really just those two guys. So it's not if I did more collabs, I would probably have more stories to tell you. But it's really just been like me at home. I just write everything in my room. I don't really go out much. I went to Nashville last month to
Mhm.
hang out with some of my buddies, Will, and then my producer that I've been working with for the last year and a half, Ethan. And that was the first time, bro, that I've worked with producers in person in probably over like 2.5 years. Just because everything's been because after my wife and I got married about 2 years ago, I just did everything in my room. And I mean, and it worked, but it's fun also to get out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, anyways,
Yeah. That's
little
awesome.
goal for myself for 2025.
Yeah. Which also answers one of the questions. Like, what are your future plans with your music?
I think to remain consistent as I've been this past year, but also just to try to improve more with every song. Like I'm very satisfied in what's the word? I think I'm very satisfied and happy with where I'm at in music. It's just I love to have the ambition to see, hey, what else can I do? With literally just finding more ways to I can connect with more people and other audience because I know the audience is out there that would love to consume my music and a lot of people have found my music. I just know that it can get bigger. So whether that's making better TikTok videos or making better songs that relate to artists or relate to other people around the world, I think that's a really good goal to set for me next year, just to really expand my fan base. And from there, I think we can look at maybe potentially doing a few shows here and there in US, as I grow as an artist, as I get a bigger fan base, because I know the people are there. It's just I got to put in the work and to go find them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um,
Yeah.
Not a question on here, but I've been thinking about this one. So, you've released a couple EPs, and you've basically mainly just released singles. Do you plan on like turning your singles, like new singles, into albums, or do you think you're just gonna stay consistent with the singles?
Yeah. That's a great question. I guess ask that probably That's probably like my most asked question, just because since I put out music so consistently, in my eyes right now, I'm still in the growth phase of an artist, you know? And I think I did some test EPs back in the day. But right now, the only really strategy that I see right now to continue to grow is to put out singles. And if you think about it too, like here's the thing. Let's say I put out two 13-song albums. Let's say I put one out, in December, and then I put one out in June, right? Um, that's 6 months that you won't get more music from me.
Yeah.
Each one of those. Like, for the biggest like D-Rod fans out there, you'll get 13 songs out. That's awesome. You'll have to wait until June to get another 13 songs.
Hmm.
So for me, it's like I'm just consistently like I'll just consistently put out one song every 2 weeks, which equates to about 26, 27 songs for a whole year. That way you're still getting technically two albums from me. It's more spread out, And yeah, and I've seen a lot of artists, what they've done as well is, just put a bunch of singles, their greatest hits, or put, some of their favorite songs into an album and call it an album. I don't mind doing that too, but I think right now I'm still in the growth phase as an artist. So I mean, dude, maybe, follow back up with me in a year, and I might say something different. But yeah, dude. I mean, I just in my mind, it's like, all right, you're still getting two albums from me a year, two 13-song albums. It's just spread out throughout the whole entire year, so you never get bored of you can really truly appreciate to learn or you can truly listen to every song with full intent, rather than, oh, DR just dropped 13 songs, brand new songs I've never heard before. Let me listen to them all. You might love four of them, and the other eight you'll probably never listen to again, or the other nine. Or, as you go through a year, it's kind of like a story develops, so you get to appreciate every single song and really just sit in the moment with every song, knowing that there's going to be another song coming out later on, and, just grow your playlist and fill it with whatever you want to fill it with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I mean, I'm not really a music artist myself, but like thinking about other people that I listen to, I never really thought of it about that like that.
Yeah, because people can find me, like, if I put out, the first song of the year next year, people can find me from that one, or they can find me from song 7, or 21, or they can find me from song 18.
Yeah.
So it's just a growth process, bro, and that's why I get so many DMs of people that find me from so many different songs. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. And then last question. I saw your post of the Spotify Wrapped. Going from 1,000 to 20 million streams, what was going through your head while you were finding out like you were like growing?
I mean, dude, it's just life if you think about it. Because, bro, that was my first rap back in 2018. So just imagine that was what I think 6, 7 years now long. It was such a slow. It was like a slow burn, just learning from back then, just learning how to make more songs, learning how to get better at that, learning how to market yourself, learning how to, what it even means, what kind of music I wanted to make. Because you go listen back to songs I made back in 2018 or 2020, you don't sound exactly the same as I make them now. So I think it's just been really just I think it's really good that it's happened very slowly, over a 6 year period, just getting a little better every single day. And I think it's a really cool testimony and a really cool, hopefully I can inspire others that, not even just music, but with YouTube or with other art or whatever, like with other career. It's like, if you stay at it and not lose sight and not focus on what other people say or negative stuff, or, you try not to get into your head, you just got to keep getting better and not be complacent with where you're at. And, you'll see results if you don't focus just on those. If you focus on the music or focus on the stuff that gets people to listen, that's when you'll see results. But you gotta be more focused on the work, rather than, oh, this song only got this many streams when it should get this many streams. So yeah, and I gotta check myself on that too. It's a everyday journey, everyday battle.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, D-Rod, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be able to have someone as big as you on on this journey and on this interview. I really appreciate replying to all my DMs and
Yeah,
taking the
bro.
time to really be here and start something big. Hopefully.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You guys send me the link once this drops. It'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, I
And
will. I
once
will.
again, sorry I'm not able to like show myself. I'm just really, bro. It's been a tough like 48 hours. I just had like a sore throat, and now I just feel like terrible still. So I might,
No
I might,
worries.
I might just sit in my bed and just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'll do later. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for having me on, bro. I'm excited
Yeah, of
for
course.
your growth, bro. You got to keep me updated with everything that you're doing. All right.
Absolutely, we'll do.
I appreciate it, boss. Thank you so much, Chris. Great
Yeah.
to meet you, man.
Thank you. You too, bro.
All right, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Bye. That's the end of the interview. I want to say thank you so much to D-Rod again for making time for me and for making time for the interview. This was a huge honor and a huge opportunity for me to grow as a YouTube channel and also be able to talk to bigger people. So again, thank you, D-Rod for the opportunity. I hope that we can make some stuff in the future. And for you viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to interview some more YouTubers and other people out there. But yeah, if you liked the video, then obviously like it and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.